When we think about hard rock drumming, we think of John Bonham. Even recently, we think of Dave Grohl. What do these drummers have in common? Well, in today's episode, we will find out. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Kyle Explains a lot of things. And today we talk about dynamics of drumming. The drummers that I've just mentioned, you listen to their studio recordings, you will notice that every beat, every snare, every bass drum hit is the same. Now today, with modern technology and mixing standards, a lot of engineers and mixers and producers are able to manipulate the levels and they can make the drums sound the same every time. But back in the day, they had to do it the hard way. You actually had to have skill. Oh, go figure. You actually have to have talent, huh? Yeah, of course. Well, John Bonham's one of the biggest drummers with this idea. Every snare hit was all the same power. No matter what he was doing, it just seemed like he had the canny ability to just make his drums be dynamic, to be just loud enough to what the music needed to stand in front of the loud guitars. Another drummer, for example, is Keith Moon. With how loud that their guitar player was playing, he had to play loud to make you notice him. So, one of the first keys of dynamic playing is just practicing the same level of hit, hitting at the same part of the snare drum. Non-dynamic playing will be playing like this. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't, you can hear the different volumes. Now if you want to play with dynamic playing, play like this. Like now, I mentioned Dave Grohl as another drummer. You can hear in the beginning of Smells Like Teen Spirit, really famous song by Nirvana, obviously. If you've never heard of it, then you probably live in a cave somewhere. And congratulations for visiting on YouTube. That's a wonderful achievement. But Dave Grohl, in the beginning of that song, once the guitar kicks in, right, it just goes very dynamic. The same equal hits. The key to remember is to hit the same part of the drum, no matter on the tom drum or the snare drum. They always hit in the middle, the same spot that you're playing, and the same intensity. And the same thing with bass drum. Now, you can play light if you're doing something in a song that requires that, right? To change the dynamics. If the guitar player is playing something very light, acoustic, you just want to keep it quiet. Right? See, that's the key. What does that song need? Does it need to be louder? You're playing in a punk band where you have to play loud. Like, or you're playing just simple like pop song, doesn't require that much. So it really, you gotta ask yourself, what kind of song am I playing? Do I need to play over loud guitars, or is it very soft song, right? And these are the keys you have to remember, right? Hitting the same part of the snare drum, or the same power with the bass drum, right? Or same power, right? And what is required in that song. And that's pretty much some of the keys to playing with dynamics in songs. And it's definitely helpful when you're recording or playing out, right? If you're playing out in a live band, it requires it to be pretty loud because they're probably not miking your drums depending on where you're playing. Or if you're recording the engineer will definitely love you. If you can play your hits the same, you don't have to mess with the levels that much or manipulate your volume in the fader to make your snare a little louder. I mean, sometimes, I will confess that sometimes I don't always play with the same volume with my playing, and, I have to manipulate the levels when I'm mixing. But I always try to do the best job that I can do right now in this moment when I'm playing. And to remember these ideas will just save you a lot of time, honestly. Well, that's it for today's segment on dynamics. I hope you guys got a lot out of this today about dynamics, and I hope you can improve it into your drumming. If you like this video, hit subscribe, like, comment below. What are some drummers that you feel have good dynamics in the song, that have a good presence? Let me know. I'm always interested in new drummers to check out. Alright, until then, I hope you guys got a lot out of this. And now today,